Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be learning how to play the song from Amélie, Comptine autre. It's a great piece of music, and as always, I'll be breaking it right down to make it as simple as possible. This is how it's going to sound. So to begin with, we're going to learn the left-hand part. This bit is the most important as it continues throughout the entire piece, and I recommend really learning it well before moving on, as it will make the rest of the piece much easier. So to start off with, we begin on an E minor. The next chord we need is a G major, so all we do to get there is move these two notes down. So far we have this. The next chord we need is a B minor, which we can get by just moving this G down one semitone. So this is what we have so far. The next chord we need is a D major, which we can get by moving this B down to an A. So altogether we have So now we have the chords, we need to add in the pattern. So if we go back to our E minor, we keep all our fingers above the chord, ready to play, and instead of playing all the notes at once, we just play the two E's. And then as we release these two notes, we put our second finger on the note B. Then as we release this note, we play these two notes. And then finally, we play the B again. Okay, so all together we have this. And this is actually the entire pattern used throughout the whole song. We play this pattern twice per chord. So for the E minor, we have this. And then the G major. And then the B minor. And finally the D major. So that whole section again, up to speed. As I said earlier, I do recommend practicing that until you can play it without having to think about it too much. Next up, we're going to start adding in the right hand. So the right hand part is actually very straightforward, and for the first section we're going to break it up into 4 parts. This is how the whole section sounds. So we're just going to work on the first part to begin with, and we'll put it together with the left hand before moving on to the second part. So the first part starts with our thumb on the note G, and then we go okay, so that's so to put the first part together with the left hand, we just need our E minor pattern from before. And we're going to put it together bit by bit. And to start off with, this is all we need to do. And again. The next bit goes like this. And again. So all together, this is how it should sound. And again. Now we have the first part down, the other parts should be much easier to put together. So the second right hand part goes like this. And this part goes together with our G major pattern in the left hand. So the rhythm is exactly the same as the first part, and this is how they go together. And again. The third right hand part goes like this. And this goes with our B minor pattern in the left hand. Again, the rhythm is exactly the same as before, so this is how it should sound. And again. The fourth and final part of this section is the easiest, and this is all the right hand does. This goes with our D major left hand pattern. So you can probably guess how these two parts are going to fit together, and this is how it should sound. And again. So I know that's a lot of information so far, but we've covered a big chunk of the song, and this is everything we've learnt. The next part of the song is slightly easier, and once you can play what we've learnt so far, you should find it fairly straightforward. So this next part of the song is probably the easiest. The left hand plays exactly the same as before, so you don't have to worry about that. And the right hand, well, this is all the right hand does. And again. And this is how they fit together. And again. So that's that part. Well done if you've gotten this far. The next part is very similar. The rhythm is exactly the same, but we play slightly different notes in the right hand. This is what it plays. And again. Once you've got those notes, putting them together with the left hand should be easy, as we've pretty much done it before in the last section. So this is how they fit together. And again. So we've now completed most of the song, and there's just one part left to learn. So the last part we need to learn is the most difficult, but if you can play everything we've learnt so far, you should be able to play it with a bit of practice. So this part is kind of similar to the left hand in the way that it's made up of 4 chords, and it plays a pattern using those chords. The chords are in fact the same as the left hand, but it plays different inversions, so it doesn't look exactly the same. These are the chord shapes we need to learn. So for our E minor, our G major, our B minor, and our D major. We also need to put a passing note in between each chord, and you'll see why later. But for now, these are the passing notes we need to learn. So here's our first chord, and we have the note C leading to our second chord, and then we have an A leading to our third chord, and then a G leading to our fourth chord. Then the first time round, we play a G again, taking us back to the start. And that's where we finish. So once you've learned all those notes, we can add in the pattern. We'll practice this using our first chord, E minor, and our first passing note, C. So if we forget all rhythm to start off with, just to make it really simple and easy to remember, this is how it goes. Okay, so you can see how the passing note is used within the pattern. Once you've got that, we can add in the rhythm, and we can do this by adding in the left hand at the same time. So every note in the right hand is played for an equal amount of time, and we play 2 notes of the pattern for every 1 note we play in the left hand. So very, very slowly, this is how they fit together. And the next chord. And the next chord. And the last chord. And again. So that's the song complete, guys. The last section may take a bit of a practice to get up to speed, but that's fine. It's not really a beginner's song, so that's expected. Also, after we've finished that section, we repeat the entire song, but we move the right hand up 1 octave. I'll play that for you now, just as a reference for everything we've learnt so far. And we can just end on this nice E minor chord. So that's it, guys. I hope that helped. Let me know how you're getting on, and as always, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment box below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want even more videos, resources, backing tracks and more, then head over to our website, pianopig.com. See you there.